Hey guys, welcome to Life is Strange True Colors Part 7. We are beginning the final chapter, but we will not be done after the final chapter. We have wavelengths afterwards. And yeah, let's get into it. Let's find out how Alex survives that fall, because holy crap.
Welcome back, Alex. Do you want to talk about your time in Colorado? Let's start with something positive. What did you learn from your visit to Haven Springs?
Okay, so this is obviously a hallucination.
I learned to let myself feel, I guess. And to not be afraid of those feelings.
Couldn't one argue that those old fears turned out to be justified? What do you make of that friction? I suppose I'm proud of you for trying. You helped some people. Chased a mystery. Got to kiss a pretty girl. But Alex, you're right back where you started.
You're wrong. I don't belong in here.
If that were true, Alex, you'd know you were talking to an empty chair.
What the fuck?
Alright, so we're going straight back to the trippiness that we got at the end of the first game as well. Oh, those little chibis of Alex's face are so cute.
Is that what I look like? Really? Hey, my guitar. Knock, knock.
Uh,
Alex Chen?
Alex Chen who? Oh.
My guitar case has never heard of me. Sure.
Oh, that's creepy. No thank.
Huh.
Okay, so I need to find a combination.
I've got to get out of this place. These don't belong to Dr. Lin. A tuning peg.
Oh yeah, let's see what the phone has. In light of all the recent excitement, now is a good time to remind Helping Hands residents that impulses to leave our institution, while understandable, are best resisted. Remember, the outside world is sharp-toothed and possessed of an insatiable hunger, and you are soft and slow and appetizing. Why throw yourself into its mouth? Throw yourself instead into mine. ISO, one missing patient answers. One missing patient answers to Alex. She was always scratching at the door trying to get out, but she's declawed, so her capacity to fend for herself is minimal. If spotted, please exercise caution when approaching. She will appear friendly and normal, but we've had some behavioral issues in the past. Please help me find my patient. I'm starting to get really worried.
How did I even get back here?
Attention residents, please join me in welcoming Alex Chen back to Helping Hands. We're happy, though not surprised, that Alex has once more submitted herself to the stultifying and inescapable embrace of our institution. Ugh.
Dr. Lin always records our sessions.
12 years ago, I made a mistake. The kind of thing that you can't undo.
Alex, you know that I care about you. With everything that has happened, I just want what's best for you.
All right.
I guess that's me. Case number 53322.
53322. Five, three, 2, 2. Aha! And it's missing a tuning peg.
Gabe gave me this guitar, but he never heard me play it. The hell? Can't play if I can't tune.
Okay, well, let's go look at the folder before I fix that. Alexandra Alex Chen, 21, female, emotional instability, occasional violent outbursts, hallucinations, visual, hallucinations, oral, delusional ideation, depression, anxiety. Diagnosis?
Thrown down a... what?
Alex experiences a detailed and robust delusion that she's able to read other people's emotional states and believes that, because of this ability, she is uniquely equipped to help others overcome their own emotional trauma. It is difficult to overlook the irony. Someone as profoundly dysfunctional as Alex adapting the role of emotional caretaker. Had she not been returned to my care, I do not think it hyperbolic to speculate that her reckless attempts at fixing her friends and family would eventually have gotten someone hurt. It's my belief that Alex's delusions constitute a threat to her continued well-being, as well as those of others. As such, I recommend Alex be thrown down an endless pit, her body shattered against each jutting board and errant brick, until she is forgotten in the darkness beneath the world. This is, in my professional opinion, the most humane thing we can do for her. Okay, Alex, be nice to yourself. Jesus. I didn't even try the door because I had a feeling that she was just gonna be like, ah, it's locked. Oh, there's still farther to go.
Oh,
Broken ribs. Oh my god, no.
Alex!
Gabe? You're dead.
So? Lots of people are dead, Alex. Most people.
Where are we?
I want to say... a hospital?
Dr. Mendez to intensive care? Dr. Mendez to intensive care.
Yep, definitely a hospital.
Gabe.
Okay, here's what I do know. You are 10, I am 14. Our mother is sick. So is our father. But it's a different kind of sickness. Play your part.
Ow! Gabe, why?
I didn't do anything.
Both of you,
Dad.
behave. Alex, go check on your mother.
Okay. She was right over there, waiting for me.
Okay, here's our first collectible.
Mom used to fidget with her keys whenever she was worried.
Gabe, Alex, I need you to listen very carefully. We got some scary news today, and I'm going to be spending some time at the hospital.
What? Mom? Are you okay?
Hush now. It's going to be okay. Do you understand me? Things will be different for a little while. But I am going to be okay.
She knew. Even then, she knew.
Of course she did. She was just putting on a strong front for her kids.
There it is. The painting that taught me that art sucked sometimes. We couldn't afford a private room. Just got lucky, I guess. We spent so much time in here that I basically memorized every article. Gabe told me it was full of needles. Scared me to death. It was always too hot in this room. She's just on the other side.
All right. This is crossing to officially too real. If you know me, you know what my deal is right now.
How many nights did Dad spend in this room? Sleeping in an uncomfortable chair and eating vending machine dinners. There's something so weird and scary about watching your dad cry. Mom. Every time I saw her, I worried it would be the last. Hi, Mom. Mom. Mom.
Such a brave girl. How do you ever get so brave?
Is that how it went? You don't think you missed anything?
Ow! Gabe, why?
I didn't do anything.
Stop.
Both of you.
Dad.
Behave. Alex, go check on your mother.
Okay. Wait. Did I miss something?
Did I? I think that was scripted. Because there's that water tap that wasn't lookable before. Same with this TV.
Gabe and I used to watch cartoons on this thing after school. No matter how much Mom drank, her throat was always dry.
Okay, other than that. If you're gonna put me in a loop where I have to do this like 5 times, I'm not gonna be happy.
Hi, Mom. Mom. Mom.
Water, Alex. Get her some water.
Don't need to fill it up or anything.
Thank you. You almost never cried, even when you were very small. Did you know that? has been my biggest challenge with you. How do you take care of someone who is already so strong? No tears, my strong girl. I want you to make me a promise. Your brother, your father, they are going to need you. You have to be strong. Will you do that, Alex? Such a brave girl. How do you ever get so brave?
Shoo shoo.
Was that the last time you talked to her? Mom.
I think so.
Do you miss her?
Gabe, what's going on?
You're 11, I'm almost 15. Dad and I are time bombs. You keep running back and forth, trying to defuse us both. This is going to suck so bad. Play your part.
was only ever one thing to do when they got like this. Drown them out and wait for it to pass. The volume dial was my best friend on days like this.
Alex? Hey. It's okay. It's just me. But you know that's not how it went down, right?
It was my job to keep the peace. But no matter what I did,
I'm very surprised at the inclusion of like really big name artists actually throughout this whole thing. Like, yeah, there's been like indie artists with the inclusion of Steph, but I mean, for the most part, actually, this is deviated to like bigger name artists, which is interesting, but I'll talk about that more later, I guess.
Hey, Gabe. I'm Leslie Halloran. I'm from the Oregon State Child Protective Services. We got a call from someone who said there might have been some kind of fight here last night. Is your dad home?
Oh, gosh. You know what? That was like rehearsal. And I'm in this play at school, and my dad, he was helping me learn my lines.
Must be some play. But if you need anything, my number is on there, okay?
Gabe did his best to protect us. But he was just a kid. Gabe used to steal Dad's beer all the time. It was like the one thing they didn't fight about. We never really touched these after Mom died. She was such a good cook. 2 cups water for 1 cup rice. Set timer for 30 minutes. Do your history homework. Serve. Almost empty. Almost always. I can't believe they were ever this happy. I wanted to be a werewolf that Halloween. Couldn't afford the costume. My job was to sort them in order of how close we were to a collections notice. Thanks for trying, Lucky Cat. It was full of greeting cards. Mom kept every single one we ever got. Mom's old sewing kit. Don't think I've ever even tasted a butter cookie.
Wait, is that? Yes, that is the infamous tin. There is one in my house as well.
Gabe loved Son of Lead back when it was an indie. It was too gory for me.
Wait, can you actually read it? No.
The Killer Mistress tabs in this book weren't even close to right.
Junior Headbangers Guitar Academy, intermediate level.
Cleaning Dad's ashtray was not my favorite job in the world. At least I managed to hold on to you, Shoo Shoo. Dad's laundry. I always set it here when it was done so he could find it. Mom and Dad had this TV before they had either of us. Gabe had barely used this backpack in weeks. Nobody could get him to go to school. I tried so hard to keep my promise to her. Gabe and Dad were so loud when they fought.
Where you going? Are you gonna tell her? Or is that my job?
Keep your voice down.
Fine, I'll do it. Alex, Dad lost his job again. So we're broke. Again.
Don't talk to me that way. Despite what you may believe, you do not know everything. You think what? I laid myself off?
It's okay. We'll figure it out. I
don't know, Dad. But what are we supposed to do now? We gotta eat.
We can sell some records. Or what about my guitar? We can sell that.
Alex, what is it gonna take to get you to stop defending him?
If your mother could see you now.
I don't want to hear about Mom.
Gabe!
I'm so tired of you using her as an excuse to be a piece of shit. Don't fucking touch me, piece of shit.
Dad.
Oh.
Damn it, Alex.
I'm okay. It's okay. It was an accident.
Alex, I didn't...
Dad, it's okay. Really, I'm not hurt.
I can't do this.
Dad?
Is this the night he left?
Someone will come.
Oh my god.
That woman from CPS. Someone.
Dad.
I'm sorry.
No. No. Dad!
You took it? You asshole! Oh my god.
Hey, can I ask you a question? Which orphanage is this? The one in Grant Park? Kinda thought it'd be nicer.
I can't do this, okay? I can't.
You need to.
No.
You need to be honest about what you see.
I was. I have. And now I'm done.
Almost. But not yet. You were 12, I am 16. I steal a car and end up in juvie.
Gabe, come on.
Then you're 13, 14, 15. Orphanages, group homes, musty rooms in the strange houses of foster parents. By the time you're 17, you've seen them all. Somewhere along the line, you start to feel things. Your own emotions don't belong to you. You have nothing. No one. You are alone.
I don't want this.
Alex. Play your part.
Play my part. I used to write one every day. Stupid.
Why? You clearly missed him.
And I thought he missed me. Hence, stupid. Guess I missed a few days. How you holding up, Shu?
Can't believe how long you've had that thing.
That thing was my only friend after you left. We weren't allowed to bring glass into the dorms, so we had to drink from this thing.
Like hamsters in a cage.
Except if you give a hamster a glass, they don't toss it at the other hamsters' heads.
Pretty sure it's locked.
Must be after curfew. We're not going anywhere. God, they put me on so many meds.
Alex was on... Oh, I'm not even gonna pretend to announce that. Or pronounce that. On a lot of medications. A lot of the kids were on the same one. Alex just had a slightly higher dose.
Did any of them ever work?
Some of them helped. A little. None of them fixed me.
In their defense, mutant empathy isn't exactly in the DSM.
They used to say this place wasn't a prison.
Well, maybe they were trying to keep you safe.
Guess so. Whatever the reason, the end result was prison bars. I took a fork in here one time and hid it under my mattress. Just 'cause, fuck you.
Residents must adhere to their assigned schedules at all times and not permitted to use the loiter in the dormitory outside of designated free time. Glass and silverware are to remain in the canteen. Do not bring these into the dormitory. Non-resident guests are not permitted into the dormitory. Lights out occurs at 9 p.m. every evening. No music, no TV, no screen time after lights out. Failure to adhere to any of these rules will result in disciplinary action.
They should have stenciled the same thing on all of us.
You really feel like you were their property?
We didn't belong to anyone else, did we?
Fancy.
Everyone had one good outfit. We wore them to meet the parents.
Did it help?
Kinda think you already know the answer to that question. I remember the kid who put this here. Sadie? Sally. Something with an S?
You were friends at first, right?
Way at first. Then I freaked out on her and she was done with me. Just like everyone else. Well, there are my strings. Where's my guitar?
I don't understand. Why can't I have my guitar?
We've been over this, Alex. Your guitar stays in the rec room. You can play it during free time.
That's bullshit. I don't need it in the fucking rec room. I need it when I'm stuck in the fucking dorms.
Alex, that's enough. Maybe we'll just take away your guitar privileges entirely, if that's what you prefer.
You can't do that!
Everyone's feelings were so loud. I just needed something to distract me.
Oh, jeez. Also a nightmare of mine, thank you. Can I get up? Nope. I am stuck here. Ah, I have to read them.
She's been through so much. I just don't know if we're prepared for a troubled girl. It says here she's sensitive. What does that mean?
I wonder why she's never found a home before. I'm sure she's a sweet girl, but she's not for us.
She's awfully old, isn't she?
This is the kid that's been in all those fights, right?
I want to help. I really do, but there's just something
Off.
broken. Wrong.
With her.
I'm sorry.
Why?
You need to see it.
See what? That nobody picked me?
Nobody picked you. Nobody picked you. Nobody wanted you. Mom died. Dad left. I bailed. You couldn't keep us together.
It was my job to keep us.
You were 11 years old. You were 11 years old. You were a kid, Alex. Let it go. People leave. Life gets hard. Sometimes it's a big shit sandwich. Make it better. Be angry at Dad. Miss Mom. Hell, be angry at me. But don't give up. No one gets to tell you what you're worth. And no one can take your life away. Fight.
I'm not sure
You have a gift. It's something you don't even understand. You can change the world. Make it better. Now get up.
What?
Get up and fight.
Girl, how the hell are you alive?
I've got to find a way out of here.
God damn. So I guess he didn't shoot her. He like shot off. He put a shot like right off to the side of her, I guess. That scared the shit out of her and she tumbled backwards.
No more ladder. Not that I'd be much good at climbing. Mines growing into mines, just like Jed said. I'm gonna choose not to read anything into this. I could almost laugh if it wouldn't hurt so much.
Safety first.
How long has this stuff been down here?
I'm surprised the lamp still works, honestly.
Oh, no, 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 come on, no, 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 no. I can do this. I can do this. Okay, that's something.
What the hell?
That aura is the only lead I've got.
The reason she's alive is due to hitting stuff on the way down. It breaks falls and helps slow acceleration of descent, meaning the landing was softened. Yeah, but it looks like she smacked her head a couple of times, too. I'm just like, I'm shocked with, like, everything that there was, that she still managed to survive the fall, even though she, you know, hit her head and everything. Broke ribs and shit like that. She is seriously lucky.
All right, boys, getting close.
Helldivers for life, huh, Jed?
Dig so deep, we see where the devil sleeps.
Goddamn right.
This is it. This is what Typhon tried to bury.
A lot of runoff moisture in this soil. Jed, we gotta call it. This dig is fucked.
Nothing's fucked.
Jed, we got no pumps running. No.
My teams have never quit a dig this deep before. We finish the job.
Ah, so Jed led to his own heroic...
Steady goes. Steady.
Buckless. Move! Come on! Clear the tunnel! Who's on radio?
Jed! Fuck! Jed! Jed!
Oh my god.
Yikes. Yeah, hitting your head and broken ribs aren't a death sentence, but I don't know. Like, I'm not saying, like, it's unrealistic. I'm just shocked. She got really lucky.
We gotta move! Now! There's still men back there. They'll drown.
Yeah, and so will we if we don't get the fuck out! Make the call, Jed!
God damn it! God damn it! Everyone, let's go! Now!
Smells like fireworks. Must be where Typhon blew the charges.
God damn it. I knew that was gonna be it. Was her dad one of the...
Dad.
Oh my god, was her dad one of the workers?
Jed! Come back! Jed, you son of a bitch!
Jed, you gotta stop, man.
Jed! Fuck you, Jed! Come back!
It's over, Jed. He's not coming back.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh my god. Oh, that's fucked up. So Jed killed her dad and her brother. Oh my god. And he was keeping that from Gabe because I'm sure Gabe told him. Oh my god. Yeah, he doesn't deserve that. He got his own men killed. That's why he doesn't want to talk about it ever. Whew, oh my god. I was not expecting to actually get resolution on her dad.
And during my time here, I've come to realize what makes Haven so special. It's a flower shop run by multiple generations. A bar owner who greets every customer by name. It's a spring festival tradition going back 100 years. History, loyalty, pride. These values which define Haven are the same values that Typhon was built on. And that is why our partnership has been so successful. It's been my privilege to renew Typhon's commitment to Haven. We believe in this community, and we're tremendously excited for its future.
Thank you, Diane. I think I speak for all of us when I say we're eager to make this official. So, time to vote, folks. And then lunch.
Yeah, about that. Surprise, motherfucker.
Alex! Oh my god!
I'm fine.
You are not fine. We have to get you to a doctor.
What happened to you?
Oh, Ryan, I'm so sorry.
I found out something you need to hear. I'm sorry.
What?
Alex, you're hurt.
Do you need help? We can call an ambulance.
Typhon's been lying to all of you. And so has Jed Lucan.
Alex, what's going on?
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Fuck you.
What the hell happened?
I was down in the mine last night. I saw what Typhon's been hiding for 12 years. Jed Lucan isn't a hero. That whole story is a lie. Jed caused the accident. And then he abandoned 7 of his men. He let them drown to save himself. There were pictures of me and Gabe down there in the dirt. Because one of those miners was my father. Typhon wanted to keep this covered up in case it jeopardized the vote. Everyone at that company is scared to death. All they do is protect themselves. So they decided to bury the evidence. And nothing was going to stop that blast. Not even the fact that there were 4 people up in the mountains. That's how Gabe was killed. Jed knew all along. He covered up the truth about the past, about Gabe. And when I found out, as you can see, he tried to kill me too.
Pike, you know.
Why aren't any of you saying anything?
Does everybody know?
We don't want to embarrass you, Alex.
Try me.
These accusations are... well, they're insane. And trying to go into the mine was obviously a very dangerous, very illegal thing to do. But we all sympathize with your situation. You've been through so much. Your brother was your only family, wasn't he? I can only imagine how much you want an explanation for his loss. Something to give you comfort and make your life seem less unfair.
Why don't you just tell the truth? You've been planning your exit from Typhon anyway.
What?
You never signed up for threats or attempted murder. You hate this. Now's your chance to stop.
Dad? Do you have any idea what Alex is talking about?
Oh, he's gotta lie. Come on now.
No,
Yeah,
I don't.
of course.
I've tried to be there for Alex since Gabe died. I thought, I don't know, I hoped I could be something of a father figure to her. All I can guess is, sometimes when we're hurting, the people we lash out at are the ones who are trying to help.
Hey, Pike.
You tried to kill me. How can you stand there and say these things?
Alex.
You're a monster. Please. I know this is hard to accept. You all trust him. I did too, but I'm telling the truth.
I believe you. Of course I do. I believe you too. I'm horrified and shocked and still processing everything, but I believe you.
I would like to speak.
Yes, Ducky?
This young lady came to Haven as a stranger, but over the last few weeks, she's become one of us. Now, her story certainly seems unlikely, if not impossible. But she deserves at least an investigation of her claims.
Yeah, Ducky.
We ought to take her seriously.
Pike.
I agree with Ducky. I've always found Alex to be a very trustworthy person. She wouldn't make these accusations lightly. Something must have happened.
Miss Lath, there's no actual evidence of anything.
Maybe not, but that's what I think.
Mic drop, Eleanor out. Pike.
Actually, Diane, there is evidence.
Fuck's sake, dude.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, me
I have a
too.
USB stick full of recordings.
Yes, we went through this yesterday. Your superiors closed the case. None of us have time for conspiracies.
Yeah. You're trying to weasel your way out of things again, huh? I know your game. I know
Don't
how you...
test me, Jason.
You know what? I'm not scared of you anymore. And not of you, not Typhon.
All right, that's enough.
Deputy Pike, do you have some kind of personal issue with me?
Like hell I do.
Jason.
Well, given that your judgment in this matter is emotionally compromised, you should probably remove yourself from...
Cut the crap. If you think you could shut me up...
Jason, I think you better cool it.
I'm worried about Ryan.
It concerns me that a voting member of this council has openly admitted to a personal bias.
You believe
This is a load of bullshit.
right?
This is getting ridiculous.
We're all getting ahead of ourselves. And what's the important matter here?
I'm not your lapdog anymore.
Deputy Pike, I am not...
I'm going first thing tomorrow.
He doesn't.
Dad? Please. Come clean.
Oh, he does.
We'll figure it out together.
It amazes me. The extent to which she has manipulated you.
Come on, Dad.
Never in a million years.
Come on. I hate seeing you do this.
My own son.
Dad.
My own goddamn son!
Stop. I know why you tried to kill me. It's not what you tell yourself. That you thought it was best for Haven. This was never about Haven at all, was it? This was about you. I know it's easier not having to think about the men you buried. You want to look away and pretend the people you hurt aren't people. But I won't let you. My father worked for you. His name was John. He made a lot of mistakes. He wasn't a good father. I think he came here trying to be better. But you killed him. And then Gabe, my big brother. He was building a family here, doing it his own way, figuring it out as he went along. He was so nervous about it, and so excited. And he brought me here to be part of that family. But he died. Because of you. And then there's me. For so many years, I just wanted to survive. To get through. Haven changed me. I started to think about the future. Playing on stage yesterday was one of the best moments I can remember. Gabe knew that about me. He knew that if I could just play, just let myself love something, then one day I could be happy. And you tried to murder me. You would have ended my life just so you wouldn't have to face the truth. You've forgotten it, haven't you? You've plastered over it with another story. You tell yourself you're a hero, a strong leader. Sometimes that means making hard choices. Decisions that could lead to people dying. Few men could handle that. Haven's lucky to have you. But that's the lie. If you scrape it away, what do we see?
Ooh.
"11 years ago, you led a group of men to their deaths.
And you couldn't even say those words out loud. Because you're a coward. You couldn't imagine saying it to your wife. Saying it in front of your son. Every day you were brave enough to go underground and look death in the eye. But you couldn't muster the courage to admit a mistake. I can feel you trying to pull away. Don't. The truth hurts. Sometimes it's so awful you think you're gonna break. But when you come out the other side, and you're whole and free and still alive, then you'll finally know how strong you really are. I see the truth about you. You hate yourself. You hate what you did in the past. You hate what you've done to keep it secret. And the more you deny that hatred, the worse it grows. I know who you are. I've seen the worst parts of you.
Oh, man. Are you kidding me? I mean, he's a foil to Alex. It's exactly what he is. He's a foil. So it's really Alex also talking about herself.
And I forgive you.
Also, killing with kindness. Kill it with kindness. Yeah, that's also a foil to Alex herself and how she handled the past. Hence like Gabe coming back and being like, but that's not how it actually happened, is it? You have to sit here, play your part.
And the news is still coming in on the Typhon mining scandal that has rocked the western slope town of Haven Springs, where a council meeting was the scene for shocking revelations. Local bar owner and council president Jed Lucan admitted in a tearful confession to covering up the deaths of 7 Typhon employees as their manager 12 years ago. A recent cover-up, which involved a clandestine and unpermitted explosion to thwart inspections, caused the death of Haven local Gabe Chen last month. Mr. Lucan is currently in police custody, awaiting arraignment. We will have plenty more about this developing story, including the resignation of Typhon CEO, the market impact, and what it all means for your drive time commute, coming right...
Oh no, don't throw Shoo.
Yeah, the silence is worse. I need to get some air.
I am shocked
After
Ryan was
summoning
still
all
on
my
our
strength
side.
and willpower, I'm now ready to move from the bed to the rooftop.
Like, I'm happy he did. I'm really happy he did. I think that's a decision that can go one way or another. No, lie back down. Fish.
I've been playing a lot the last 2 days, trying to think things through. But I realize it's actually the opposite. When I'm playing is the only time I get to not think. Not think about Jed, or Gabe, or Dad, and what could have been if he'd never come to this town. Most of all, what I don't think about is me, because I've never been good at that. And suddenly, it's the only question that's left. So, I just keep playing. Maybe Dad deserved everything he got, but I'm still glad we were there with him in his last moments.
I am honestly shocked that we got resolution about her dad.
Maybe Salem would be cool. I'm already an expert in witch trials. Maybe Dad deserved everything he got.
Trying to look
but
at the
I'm
guitar.
still glad we were there with him in his last moments.
No, guitar. Guitar.
I love this guitar, but if it starts asking me riddles again, I'm throwing it out the window.
Don't blame you. That was actually creepy.
They say I was powered by adrenaline that whole morning. Now I'm mostly powered by extra strength Advil. And these.
I felt very close to Ducky after our dance. I guess he felt the same way. Even though it was hard, I'm glad I let Charlotte overcome her own anger. I think it gave her the strength to support me.
Yeah, there's the theses. If you took away her emotions, she wouldn't have backed you. There's the confirmation. They always do that in these, like, choice games, no matter what. Like, if it's Telltale, if it's Life is Strange, if it's whatever. Like, you always get, like, an exposition dump or, like, a thesis statement. It's like, if you would have done this, then this would have happened.
Must be rare that a local paper gets to break out the really big headline.
Scandal. 8 deaths covered up by Typhon Mining. Haven Springs rocked by revelations.
See? This is why I try to only read the art sections.
Old and new talent shine at Spring Festival. Editor's note, the following review was filed before the events of the Town Council meeting set the following day. For all related coverage on these events, please see A1, A2, A3, B1, C1, D2, D3, E1, and E2. A surprising newcomer and a 3-time veteran joined together to create musical magic under the Spring Festival stars on Saturday. Alex Chen, whose brother Gabe Chen, longtime bartender at the Black Lantern, was killed in a tragic mining accident last month, lit up the crowd with her passionate vocals and powerful guitar. It's been a long time since I've witnessed a Spring Festival crowd dance together with abandon like that, noted Jesse McPherson, local novelist. It was transportive. Steph Gingrich, KRCT DJ and mainstay on the Spring Festival stage, held down the drums. For what the duo claimed was their first time playing together, including even practice sessions, color this reviewer a tad skeptical, the chemistry was palpable. I think I speak for all in attendance when I say, here's hoping this is the beginning of a new Spring Festival tradition that will continue for many years to come. Bowed but not broken, Haven will survive. The image of Haven Springs as an idyllic refuge, an oasis of comfort, and civility? I think that's supposed to be and civility. An oasis of comfort and civility, blissfully removed from the tumult of the outside world, was shattered on Sunday. In truth, that haven never really existed outside postcards and tourism board dribble anyway. But while we have weathered troubles and fought demons in the past, we know that this Typhon mining scandal will leave a unique scar in the psyche of our small town. Not just from what took place, horrible enough as those details are, but from who was involved. A young and beloved bartender, a respected mining industry up-and-comer, and the town's most revered patriarch at the center of it all. Jed Lucan currently sits in San Miguel County Prison. He is said to fully cooperative. Oh my God. Who did you guys get to proofread this? He is said to fully cooperate with the police, not cooperative, and is repentant with his actions. What the that sentence is a mess. But the harm he has done to this town, to all of us who knew and trusted him over the years, is just beginning to be understood. Still, in the face of this tremendous calamity, we say, Haven will survive. We will emerge, if not stronger, at least a bit wiser for having overcome it. We will do this not because it is easy, but because we have no other choice. This is our home.
Feels like I've been through so much with Eleanor. It meant the world that she believed me. Couldn't bring himself to get rid of it.
Oh, her dad's.
You ever swing a pick before, Mr.
Chen, John, and no. But I'm a hard worker, and I learn fast, and I don't mind long hours.
You don't have somebody waiting on you at home?
No, sir.
Well, John, guess you're a hell diver now.
Okay, I should just be able to play through to the end of the game and get the platinum. That was the last collectible.
I'm glad he held on to it, for whatever it's worth.
Alex, they told me to destroy this jacket after the accident. I couldn't do it. Perhaps some part of me knew I would one day need it to pass along. When Gabe first stepped into my bar looking for his father, I swore I would one day return this jacket to him. Then I swore I would return it to both of you. I think you know by now that my word is worth. What my word is worth. I do not deserve your forgiveness, but it moved me more than I knew was possible. I hope this gift will provide some small comfort to you in the days ahead. Jed.
I'll never understand exactly what happened to me down there, but I'll always be grateful.
Oh yeah, Gabe had that one last, he had that, I was wondering what that was from. I was like, there's no Blue Cat Cafe in Haven. That's right. He had that one last, Matchbox cigarette that didn't, break. And he wrote never give up on it, probably when he was looking for Alex and his dad.
Good thing I sold off all my Typhon stock.
Just hours after a defiant press conference in which he vowed to see his company through the choppy waters ahead, Dennis Walker has resigned as CEO and chairman of Typhon Incorporated. Meanwhile, shares of the global mining concern, which were once top 5 in its sector, have nearly halved from $48.27 to $28.22. Wow. With no bottom in sight. Holy crap. It all stems from a series of shocking allegations and confessions tied to operations on West Colorado, where regional operations coordinator Diane Jacobs and former mining team leader Jed Lucan were arrested for blah, blah, blah.
I'm pretty sure my voice was already heard by everyone who needed to hear it.
Alyssa R. at the DenverTribune.com. Alex, I trust you have received my other messages and voicemails. I'm asking for 10 minutes of your time. We go to print at 8. Please let me help your voice be heard. Alyssa.
Is it weird that the part of this that bothers me the most is nondescript dive bar?
Wait a minute. Just let me look into something real quick here. Okay. Okay. They spelled the name Alyssa the same way they spelled the name of the character from the first Life is Strange, and I was like, there's no fucking way. But it's R. Her last name was started with an A in the first Life is Strange. I was like, there's no way. Colorado mining scandal has deep state fingerprints. Irregularities abound. Truth remains buried. What are they hiding? Deep state deniers and wool-eyed cynics. Good luck trying to make sense of what went down in the small mountain town of Haven Springs last week. Behind closed doors of a nondescript dive bar, 8 town council members gathered to discuss a municipal mining permit. And when the doors opened, one of them was admitting to murder, another to criminal fraud, and yet no one could explain, in any rational way anyway, how all this supposedly happened. Local taxidermist Reginald McAllister, known to others in town as Ducky, described a near hypnosis in the room, as a great man was made to stand naked before all, and exhumated truth begot its rightful place atop the throne. Ducky, you are so poetic. To longtime readers, the implications could not be clearer. This town council must belong to or servant of the global para-governmental military-industrial nexus that dictates it. Alright, get out of here.
I know now that my inaction, in the face of injustice, was itself a terrible wrong. And I know that I will never be able to undo the tremendous pain and loss I caused. I do not ask for forgiveness. The only person who could give that to me is gone. Thank you.
There are no victories at the end of this. Just more painful truths.
I don't know, I still like to tell Diane, fuck you. Alright, my phone. Blew up. Let's check the SMS first. Jessica. Hello, Alex. This is Jessica Martinez from the Rocky Mountain Gazette. I'm sorry to contact you out of the blue. I know you've been through a lot. We are working on a story about the Typhon controversy, and I'd love to speak with you, either on or off record, about your experiences. I'm not really comfortable talking about it right now. Your comfort would be my priority. Please contact me at this number if you change your mind. Thank you for your time and stay safe. Thank you. Alex, you are incredible, and I'm here for you no matter what. Call me the minute you need anything. I know. Thank you for having my back. It meant so much. Of course. How could I not, after everything? Heart. Growing up, my dad was a hero, and after the accident, he was the whole town's hero. It was the best feeling in the world to know others saw him the same way I did. And no one questioned it, even when the strange phone calls started, the late nights, locking his office when he left the house. But it was all lies, and now I know the truth, because you showed it to us. Let me know if you need help. I'm here. Thank you, Ryan, I will. He's such a sweetheart. Mac. Hey, Chen, didn't think you'd actually take down Typhon. You're braver than I ever imagined. Now you owe me a new job. I'm glad you're okay, really. Ha, thanks, Mac. Dear Alex, you've been through an awful lot these past few weeks, but your resilience and courage continues to astound me. I have no doubt that you will weather this affront against your person with the same grace as you demonstrated to me during our lovely dance at the Spring Festival. A moment I will not soon forget. So please remember we are here for you. Sincerely, Reginald McAllister III. I know, and I appreciate you sticking up for me, Ducky. I don't even know what to say, Alex. My heart breaks for what you have endured. No one should have to live through that. But just remember Ethan and I are here for you. Thanks, Shar. What you did wasn't easy. I won't forget it. OMG, I heard what happened. You weren't gonna mention being a superhero when I texted yesterday? I'm so glad you're safe. Ha, thanks, buddy. Me too. Wait. Oh, okay, there's more. Aw. Dad knows what's up. That's awesome, Ethan. You guys look great. Thanks. Aw, that's a cute picture of Ethan and his dad. Alex, Arthur Jones with the New York Telegram. Wow. We want your story in our ongoing Typhon coverage. When is a good time to speak over the phone? Sorry, I'm not doing any media right now, getting a lot of requests. When did you learn that your father lived in Haven Springs and worked with Jed Lucan? How did it feel to learn that Jed Lucan was responsible for the mining accident that killed your father? Why do you think Jed Lucan confessed to his crimes? His caller has been blocked. He will no longer receive messages from their number. Good. Fuck that guy. Alex, please pick up. Just let us know you're okay as soon as you can. I'm pretty sure you just lost your phone, but Ryan's freaking out. Okay, we're both freaking out. We just want to make sure you're safe. Call us. Alex? Okay, this is the text messages we were getting. Or that's what Steph was doing at the bar. Oh my god, the MyBlock shit. And the memories, and... Yeah. Jed, Alex, yep. I got good at describing other people's emotions in this book, even new emotions, complicated ones. I could push through the mystery, find the words, but I don't know if I can do that here. I know that something in me resonated with something in Jed, each hooking into the other, drawing us together. I saw it in him, and it was like walking into a house you used to live in, seeing what someone else has done to it. Blazing self-hatred, so bright you can't let yourself look at it. The sure knowledge that you spread rot to everything you touch. The rigid feeling of the role, the routine, the lines you memorize and regurgitate to keep yourself from succumbing to the pull and looking at the truth. Maybe that's why I forgave him for all of this. The heat and the force of his loathing required me to face my own, like two magnets of the same polarization, pressing each other backward. The bullet, the fall, the hospital, the house, the orphanage. Is it weird I feel grateful to them? Grateful to Jed for giving them to me? For, however accidentally, pushing me to look at my own self-hatred and come out the other side? Then she cried. I guess they said Leth or Leith or whatever, but I don't know how it's actually pronounced. That's why I've just been saying Lethe. What a wonderful spring festival. Thanks to everyone who made it such a beautiful celebration. Now spill the beans. Who got a rose? I know someone who might have gotten one. I think I know someone who might have gotten one as well. All right. Sigh. Hang in there, bud. Can we brag for someone else? Excuse me. I don't see why not, as long as that someone has given their permission. Hey, Steph, do I have permission to brag about the rose you got last night from your crush? LOL, come on, man.
I bet Steph wishes she could reword that. But it's pretty funny.
Rory Praha. Hello, as many of you know, I'm a freelancer for the Rocky Mountain Gazette. I'm writing an article about this evening's incredible performance at the Spring Festival, but I can't track down the band's name. Anybody know? Hey man, so we aren't like a band as such, so we don't really have a name yet. Hey, no worries. Can I get your names for the article? I'm Steph Gingrich, the brains of the operation. My muscle is Alex. LOL, she's gonna die when she sees this.
I'm so sorry I worried you all.
Okay, this was the day she went missing. Hey, anybody seen Alex today? We agreed to meet up last night, but then she ghosted. Super not like her, kind of freaking out. Oh no, have you contacted Jason? Called a cell. No response. I'll try 911 next. That's troubling. Haven't seen her. Keep me posted, will you? Jed, you asshole. The Black Lantern will not be open on lunch today on account of the town council vote. We'll see you for happy hour. Yes on jobs, yes on prosperity, yes on expansion. You do realize that expanding mining operations outside of Haven is a temporary fix, right? That's not even considering the environmental impact. Do you have any proof? What do you want, a bibliography? I don't keep citations at the ready on the off chance I encounter someone who isn't willing to accept the truth. That's what I thought. Oh, God. Get me off of here. Hello, neighbors. Thank you for making last night's Spring Festival such a resounding success. Now comes another annual tradition, cleaning up after ourselves. I'll need a few volunteers to help me spruce up the park in the wake of last night's festivities. Work begins as soon as today's council meeting concludes. Drop your name in the hat. Sure, why not? I'm down. We're pretty hungover, but Jesse and I might be recovered by this afternoon. Tentative yes? Take care of yourself first, but if you're feeling up for it, we'd love to have you both. Gotta open the bar. Sorry, darling. Oh, psh.
It never ends.
A statement regarding the ongoing investigation in Haven Springs. We appreciate the community's concerns. Details are still emerging, and we are cooperating with the state police. We currently have as much exactly as information as any of you. Addendum: State Police have tapped Deputy Jason Pike to provide assistance in this case, and as such, management of this account has been handed over to another deputy. While we acknowledge that Deputy Pike has come to occupy a special role in the Haven Springs community, we urge you to direct all inquiries through official channels. I just don't understand how all this could happen under your noses. What's going on over there? This is not an acceptable statement. Nothing but respect for our boys in blue. Singular boy in beige who danced to Typhon's tune. There is no way the cops didn't know. There's something they're not telling us. Follow the money. Dropped your tinfoil hat, you loon.
The phrase recent events is doing some work in this post.
Due to recent events, the Black Lantern will remain closed to regular business hours until further notice. The poster has disabled replies.
I've got some continued support for you.
We at Typhon Mining would like to express our gratitude towards Haven Springs for your continued support. We have issued a statement which is available for you to read on our website.
Do I need a Charlotte Harmon portrait? I kind of think I need a Charlotte Harmon portrait.
Hello, friends. I've decided to open back up to commissions. I think we're all looking for ways to stay busy right now, and making art has always been my favorite method. So please get in touch if you want a portrait. I try to keep my rates reasonable, and I offer a discount for first-time commissions. Awesome news. Should we call the shop? That works fine. Hey Haven, the Record Traders is currently accepting applications. Priority will be shown to applicants with a previous retail broadcast experience. Fill out an application on our website. We'll be conducting interviews next week. Dope. Okay, so I'm def applying if you're hiring 16-year-olds, lol. But is there like a sudden opening? Who left? Nobody just yet, to be honest. But to be honest, I'm kind of eyeing the exits, looking for new adventures. Aw, geez, I'll miss ya. Back at you, kiddo. Alright, so we've got all the memories. It looks like there's more, but we got all the memories.
The LARP was 2 days ago? That doesn't seem possible. Maybe I do deserve some $ justice, but I'd much rather be able to move on with my life.
Mankiewicz, and Garf.
I want to go outside without seeing anyone. That's why God created rooftops.
Hey, Steph.
Alex, wait. Before you say anything, I have to get this out.
Okay.
Yeah,
What you did at the council meeting, it was the bravest thing I've ever seen. And it made me want to be brave too. So, here it goes. I want to be with you. I don't give a shit about playing music or seeing the world. I mean, I do, but only if it's with you. And if you'd rather stay here instead, then... fuck it. I want to stay here too.
I've never had anyone barge in to tell me that they wanted to be with me before.
Yeah? How'd it feel?
You've, given me a lot to think about.
Well, good. That was the idea. You know where to find me. Good luck, Chen.
Thanks, Steph.
I can't believe she just did that. Holy crap.
All right. Just tell me.
What?
My future. What to do? The night of the Spring Fest, Steph made a strong push for leaving with her. Playing on the road, the excitement of the unknown. Of course, that was before all the shit went down. Come on, you're the know-it-all. So tell me.
Actually, I do know what you should do. You should stay in Haven.
You really think so?
Of course. You finally have a home, a job, people who actually like you. Why would you give that up?
That's true.
Then again, maybe leaving would be better.
What?
You're young, you suddenly have a little money, friends. And don't you think it's time to give this music thing a real shot? No, you should definitely leave.
Oh, fuck off. Stop it, Gabe. I don't need the mysterious spirit bullshit right now. I just need my big brother.
I'm sorry.
I know.
But here's something. It's 3 hours from now. A bus pulls away. You're not on it. And neither is Steph. Life goes on. You get a job working with Steph at the record store. All those years of being a music snob finally pay off. And little by little, time does its thing. The apartment starts to feel less like a museum and more like a home. Thoughts of Jed, of Typhon, and even of me begin to fade into the background.
Where's Ryan? He doesn't deserve to be left out of this.
The rooftop is your stage. You perform every week to a small but adoring group of fans. Maybe while you play, you wonder what could have been. Performing for more people in more cities, sharing your music with the world. Or maybe you never think about that much at all. You don't know exactly when it happens, but one day you look around and find that you have transformed this place just as much as it has transformed you. And the most extraordinary thing of all is just how normal it feels. You don't question it. You don't doubt it or wonder what might have been. It's your life. The life you fought so hard to have. And for the first time in a long time, you just live.
Thank you.
Don't mention it.
You really think I'll transform Haven?
Of course, you already have. With your gift, your music, just by being you. But Alex, that doesn't mean you have to stay. You have the potential to do that anywhere you go.
Do what exactly? Become an actual musician?
Live in a van, travel between dingy bars, hawking your SoundCloud, pouring your soul to strangers. Sounds pretty great if you ask me. The truth is, there's no telling what that version of your future might be. The only promise is the adventure. So, what do you think?
What I think is, where the fuck is Ryan? Where is Ryan in all of that? He's obviously very traumatized. Where is our other friend?
I know what I want.
Wow, I'm surprised that only took like one episode, really. Alright. So, right out of the way, right out the gate, game, what the fuck, like, just because I've chosen a love interest does not mean that I want the other person as part of like one of the other love interests to just like disappear from the story. Guys, you could have showed Ryan in that montage, like, and I do blame that on the devs, because I'm sure if you're romancing Ryan, Steph is out of the picture completely. So, I knew you could either leave or stay, and I was originally like, oh, it seems like Alex should leave, just with like how she's lived her life and everything like that, but it ended up surprising myself with staying. Just, I think everything that happened in this chapter resonated more with staying, and the fact that like she has an actual life and everything. Like, it was before like even the Gabe montage that like I realized like the decision had shifted. So before I look up like other ending spoilers, like what decisions could have affected what, because I've had theories about that, but I'm gonna say that this was excellent. This was, whoa, this knocked it out of the park. My favorite entry is actually Still Before the Storm, the prequel, but that's because it resonates very closely with me emotionally. But I would say of the 4 games, technically, in the Life is Strange entries, like, in the series, this is the strongest one. This is the best one by far. I've been thinking about one a lot in relation to this, and it hasn't aged terribly well, to be perfectly honest. The writing is far more immature. There's a lot, like, not that it's not a good game, it's just, it's not as, like, phenomenal as, oh, Riley, oh, is that her college graduation? I hope it is. They cover the heavier, like, they've always covered heavier topics, and, like, the thesis for Life is Strange is one more day. Like, what could you do if you had one more day? But there were ways to make Max a far less, like, kind of selfish protagonist, and they really don't quite know how to write a lot of teenagers. The writing in this felt a lot more natural. It was young adults dealing with problems, instead of teenagers, which it's been up until this point. And it felt far more natural, to be, like, this, just the writing, the dialogue, everything felt natural. Also, a fucking standing ovation for this cast, because wow, good job, guys. Oh, Valkyrie even had a voice talent, Suzu the cat. The first game is definitely more like ground roots. They definitely went with more indie music. They went with more, and they went with more like small time voice actors, because at the time Ashley Birch was really not that big. And yeah, like, they just went like with smaller voice actors. Like, if you look up Han Soto and Alex's voice actress, I just forgot her name, you'll find that they've been in quite a bit more. But like, everything about this just felt more mature. And I mean, I love the first entry very much. I do. I still think it's great. But I think this was just overall better. I think the presentation was better. I think the writing was better. I think the acting was better. I thought this was excellent. This was a return to form. Whoa. What the hell was that? But yeah, this was a return to form and an improvement of form, I would say. It returned back to, like, you know, just like a smaller setting, a smaller town, instead of like traveling across the country, which you did in 2, and you know, like a singular problem that you have to solve instead of this giant epic quest. And yeah, it was very heartfelt. It was very good. They were very good at tackling emotional things. I do feel like pretty much with every entry, they throw you into some decisions without kind of giving you context for literally everything. Like they should. Like with Eleanor, like I can guarantee you it's going to be, if you told Riley, she's not going to support you in this. In chapter 5, I can guarantee you that's going to be one of them. So, like, and again, you don't, like, Eleanor has never asked you, it's going to be like, you betrayed her trust or whatever. Like, and it's like, she never asked you. You read it in her, but she never asked you. So how is that betraying her trust, you know? Like, yeah, it's so frustrating. Like, especially when it's like, yeah, telling, you know, loved ones that, you know, something is wrong with her is something that's good to do. So, yeah. That's a situation where there is no winning or losing, but I can guarantee you they're going to punish you for telling Riley. And that's not a situation that should be punishable at all. I can guarantee you that is like that. It was like one of those highlighted choices. So that's definitely going to be a problem. And I was talking with my mod about how like sad I was actually that there wasn't even like near a 50-50 split between Ryan and Steph. And I didn't think that was fair, because my mod is actually Team Ryan. She really likes Ryan. And like she pointed out that a conversation that we had with my friend who had played the game, because my other friend did romance Ryan. And so like they pointed out that or like we were talking about it, and I was like, well, I'm gonna romance Steph. Like I was really happy to see her come back, because I wanted to see more of her. Like I if you remember me talking about the end of Before the Storm, I believe I mentioned that I really liked Steph. Like I've always liked Steph. I thought she was cool. So that's, you know, that's not anything like new or groundbreaking, but like my mod pointed out that that's the risk you run when you bring back a character that people are familiar with. People are going to gravitate towards that character over a new character. And that's very true. And so in that way, like romancing Steph was a great thing, but like I'm actually wondering if Ryan's is a bit more heartfelt than Steph's, because I still feel like we didn't get a lot of development on her actually. Which makes me sad. I'm hoping Wavelengths will do something besides just make Critical Role references, which, I mean, I like Critical Role and I love all the voice actors behind it. You'll hear me singing praises for all of them, for the whole cast. And like, I know Crit Role is involved in her DLC because I follow the voice actors that make up Crit Role and everything, and I follow the Life is Strange account on Instagram, and they both they've been talking about it. So there are references in there and stuff like that. But I'm like behind. I haven't, due to personal reasons, I haven't even finished the first season. That's interesting. That looks more like Life is Strange 1 Hospital Room. That's interesting. We saw that in 1 and in Before the Storm, but that's not the same hospital room that we saw in the flashback. It's probably the one Alex stayed in when they took her, but I mean, we didn't see that, so it's just a weird thing. But like I'm hoping like so yeah, it's like I'm probably gonna understand some Crit Role references, or I might not understand them at all. But I mean, either way, I know that's a part of Steph's DLC, and that's like the only thing I know. But I hope we get more development with her. She was pretty underdeveloped actually. Ryan got the most development of the two actually, because I was like, oh yeah, you know, like yay, Steph's here, and then I'm like, but what? And like, oh yay, yeah, like they're actually developing Ryan. He is more than just nice boy. But like Steph didn't get like anything, so I'm like, guys. Like they had a pretty good cast of characters. Eleanor has some sass on her. I liked Riley. I liked that Mac like kind of got a redemption arc. I mean, like, I read somewhere that, like, people were hoping, like, Mark Jefferson would make a comeback or some shit like that. And I was like, get out of here. Like, the problem, like, that's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. Like, I believe people have the right to their opinion. That's my opinion. That's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. Like, I'm sorry. And that also depends on your Life is Strange 1 choices. But that's stupid. And like having him come back like officially would negate your choices from game 1. Like absolutely. Even in game 2 when they're talking about, oh, there's a chance that they might not go behind bars or whatever. It's like we don't need the whole cast to come back, guys. Like just let like maybe one cast member come back like they did in this one. They let Steph come back and she was from the prequel, which a lot of people skipped actually. A lot of people skipped it despite the love for Chloe. They skipped it once they heard that Ashley Birch was not voicing Chloe again, which was dumb because goddamn, because Ashley Birch wrote it and she wrote Chloe. So, like she had carte blanche on what happened. But yeah, I'm upset that there's like a lack of development with Steph. They definitely fleshed out Ryan, which I'm very happy with. So I'm actually like excited to see what his romance is like. I think it's honestly going to be better than Steph's. But so all I can hope for is for some development in wavelengths. And if you're gonna bring in anybody, that would be the time to do it, and it should be Drew and Mikey, her friend, and his brother. It should be the North brothers. If you're gonna bring anybody in Steph's DLC. Excuse me, because I know Steph's DLC is also a prequel. So yeah, I mean, I still think this is the best entry. I think they handled everything very maturely, way better than they did in the first one. And that's not to knock. I've been knocking the first one quite a bit, but I mean, I do still love it very, very much. And I'm excited for like the reskin, essentially the updated graphics of that in the prequel. I'm super stoked because those graphics did not age terribly well at all. Not that, you know, bad graphics makes a bad game, but yeah, I just think this was a really fucking solid entry. I think it was really good. I wasn't expecting to like Gabe as much as I did because I knew he was going to die. So I was like, but I found myself getting attached anyway, and I think that that's really smart because like they advertised it as Alex solving her brother's murder. So it's like he was still a very infectious like guy, like a very good guy to like, you know, you definitely felt for him, and then you felt even more for him like seeing like everything that he had done, like how he made a list of like talk to this people, you know, like apologize to this woman for breaking her window. Oh my god, she moved, we'll hunt her down, pay her back, you know, pay her like the $40 that it cost her, you know, like there was a lot that they did that I think was really good to build Gabe as a character. I think Alex was a really good main character. I think Jed was a really good foil, and I was right as by that last journal entry. I was right that he was her foil. So yeah, condemning versus forgiving is really can Alex forgive herself versus can she forgive herself versus can she forgive Jed. That was pretty obvious to me, but like that would be another complaint of mine is like once I started like I don't know if this is honestly just like I don't know if it was like the writing for this or I don't know if it's just kind of formulaic with the games now. But like once you spot like a spoiler, you can tell. Like I mean, I've been saying like, "Oh, I bet you this influences this," and then it happens and I'm like, "Well." So, I mean, it did surprise me with, me deciding to like, for Alex being like, I want to stay in Haven. And I'm like, okay. Like, I thought with romancing Steph, she would want to leave with Steph and everything like that. But nope. So it's like, it still has surprises, but like, I'm kind of disappointed that I could like spot the twists. I mean, I was still surprised when she fell down the mine shaft. Was not expecting him to pull a gun on her. I was just expecting him to shove her down there. But, yeah, I mean, it had a good cast of characters. It did a really good job with the two mains, which are Alex and Gabe. I think those are the two most important, honestly. I think they were very strong. I was pretty surprised that we got, resolution on her father. I didn't think that was something we were ever going to really get. I don't know how I feel about that, to be quite honest, because realistically, like, never getting resolution would be one thing, but it's also not unrealistic that he rolled through that town either. Because, I mean, weirder things have happened in life. I like that she developed the power over time. That was so refreshing. The one thing I kind of wish they had done that tied into the other games was, nosebleeds. Every character with a power has gotten a nosebleed at some point. I wish, like, when she, like, attempted to take the power away, or, like, or take the emotion away from somebody, or, like, in that last scene with, Jed, like, just after, like, it breaks away, after the whole, like, trance breaks, you just see a little bit of blood trickle out of her nose. She did get a hold of her powers really quick, and then she was like, oh my god, I just knew I could take his emotions, and, oh, shut up. I know. I'm just gonna let it do that, because if I do that, then my name pops up, so I'll have to put up a BRB screen in a minute. But, I'll just do that right now. Boop. Pop. But, like, I kind of wish it had taken Alex maybe just a little bit longer to realize her powers, but, I mean, I feel like this game actually moved pretty quickly. I mean, it's only 7 parts. The first one was like 10 or 11, the prequel was like 10 or 11, so it's definitely shorter. I miss the music, at the end of, like, each part. Like, it didn't need to happen at the end of every part, but I mean, I really did miss it. I like that they have, like, bigger name artists, that they weren't afraid to throw around names like Kings of Leon or, oh my god, I'm forgetting, like, every other artist that popped up because just of me ragging on the Kings of Leon there. But, like, the big name artists and the big name songs that everybody recognizes, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. But at the same time, like, and, like, they did try to balance it with, like, Steph running an indie record shop. But, like, I kind of miss just having, like, just kind of, like, just having the indie soundtrack. That was a really cool way for people to find artists that they liked. And I miss, like, I do miss the montages at the end of, like, every episode, but I am glad that this was not an episodic game. That is kind of gone the way of the Dodo, I feel like. People are kind of sick of episodic games, and I mean, the last release, actually with Life is Strange 2, with selling my collector's edition, was actually kind of a shit show. Because, they released the physical edition, but they had not actually finished Chapter 5 yet. And instead of pushing off the release of the physical copy and everything, they doubled down and they released it with up to Chapter 4, then gave you a code for Chapter 5, making buying the game used virtually worthless. Like you can just get it digitally when it's on sale all the time, or when it's on sale, and it's on sale all the time. I promise you. Like, on Steam, it is on sale literally all the time. And, like, each chapter is, like, $4 or $5 or something. But, like, imagine you go to a used game store and you're like, oh, Life is Strange 2. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with that. Like, not knowing this. As someone who used to work in used gaming retail, like, that's something someone behind the register should also know. And, you know, they're going to try to return the game and get, because they're pissed because they got to chapter 4. And it's like, I have to pay more money, even more money than I already paid. So it's like, selling that was a shit show, because I had to tell people, like, hey, it is used. You do have to buy the last chapter. And I had a couple of people back down. Like, I had it sold a couple of times, and I had people back down from buying it because of that last chapter. So I'm glad that, like, the episodic episodes have gone the way of the dodo. Life is just out of, like, out of curiosity. Life is Strange 2 Complete is going for like $15 and New is going for $20. So at that point, you may as well just spend the $20 on Amazon buying it new. You know, like, that was so dumb. So I'm glad, you know, the episodic thing is gone, but I do miss, like, the swelling thing, because man, Daughter in Before the Storm was just so fucking spectacular. But I've been a big Daughter fan. So let's see. Well, I mean, we saw what happened when she takes emotions, like taking the fear from Pike. I think that negates the nosebleed, since you had to work through that until it wears off. That's true. That's true. That's a really good point. And yeah, that instead of the nosebleed was really good. I just kind of wish, like, maybe at the very end, like with the trance, like after you either condemn or forgive Jed, there's just like a little, maybe it's like, oh, is it a shadow in her nose I see, or is her nose bleeding a little bit? It's not a big thing, but like, aw, Alex and Riley. I really liked Riley. I kind of wish she had, like, more, almost. Like I said, I feel like the characters were simultaneously both developed pretty well, but also kind of underdeveloped. So it's a weird mix. I feel like there could have been a few more hours. These last couple of chapters were so short. Whereas every other one was at least 2 parts. So I find that pretty interesting. Like 2 parts for me, meaning about 4 hours. And then the last 2 parts, so the last 2 chapters, parts 4 and 5, chapter 4 and 5, were 2 hours apiece. So, I mean, that's kind of wild to me. But I mean, I don't know what they could have done, so I mean, this is just like pretty petty criticism. Okay, let me look up some of the spoilers now. Okay, Life is Strange, True Colors, Decisions. How many endings? Okay, this is just leading me to let's see here. All of the choices you can make. Okay, I think this is, like, out of order. Okay, this definitely doesn't cover everything, but this covers some things. Skimming. Taking away Charlotte's anger, leave her alone. Take away Charlotte's anger, so what I didn't do. Alex will take Charlotte's anger, which leads to Alex having an angry outburst in front of Steph and Ryan shortly after. You're right, Maud. Because of this, Steph and Ryan will leave the apartment and you'll investigate the USB on your own. During the festival in Chapter 4, you'll meet Charlotte, who tells you she will feel numb before leaving. Later on, she won't stand up for you during the final confrontation during the council meeting in Chapter 5. Well, that was literally the easiest decision I've ever made in my life, because you'd never take away someone's grieving process. So, that was like the easiest thing in the world. Yeah, and she doesn't stand up for you during the final confrontation. I fucking knew it. Tell Riley about Eleanor at the bus stop or not. During chapter 4, you can discover Riley's at the bus stop, blah, blah, blah. Tell Riley about Eleanor. If you tell Riley about Eleanor's condition at the bus stop, Riley will decide to stay in Haven with her. Outside of Riley's circumstances, the major outcome of this choice is that Eleanor won't stand up for you in the town council meeting in chapter 5, and Alex will be hurt by it. I fucking knew it. Like I just said, that's not something that you can win or lose with, and I'm actually a little angry that they made that, like, a decision that's like, well, this is going to influence your ending if you decide to be a good person and tell Riley that, you know, her grandmother has dementia. Like, I don't know how many people you need to, like, stand up for you in order to get Jed to back down. Sign the affidavit or risk taking Pike's fear. If you sign the affidavit, the story will go in the same direction. The only difference is Pike will be too afraid to confirm what you're saying during the town council meeting. We took his fear, so he stood up for us. So yeah, like I said, so we had an encounter with nearly everybody on the council. And then, like, dancing with Ducky obviously helped him influence, but I think Ducky was going to be on your side no matter what, because it's Ducky and he's amazing like that. And then the endings. You can stay in Haven and you can seek adventure. Stay in Haven with Ryan. You stay in Haven with Ryan. Steph will leave and hand over the record store. You'll see the pair share moments together as they build a life in town. Seek adventure with Ryan. Just like before, if you leave Haven, you'll set off to peruse your music, only this time Ryan will go with you. On stage, you'll get a text from him showing his support, and photos of him will be in your guitar case. Stay with Haven and Steph. If you stay in Haven, Steph will stay with you and you'll work together in the record shop. If you leave, Steph will go with you as you pursue your music career. That was my bad. Steph will send you a supportive text before your show, and her photos can be seen in your guitar case. Okay, so it's like nothing like as heartfelt as we get like there. And then obviously, if you don't romance them, you can either one of them. You can just, you just leave or stay. It doesn't like quite say what it is, but you can leave or stay. You know. And I guess you just get like, hey, texts from both of them. So yeah, it's pretty much once you're locked into one character, the other character disappears from the story. That's really crappy writing, Deck 9. That's just really crappy writing. Like, if they're all friends, then you need to show Ryan being there in the ending too. I've talked for another 15 minutes. How to secure the vote. Regardless of what ending of the 6 endings you get, the tone of the final moments and true colors is dependent on the Haven community, whether the Haven community votes in support of Alex's wild claims or against her. In that regard, you'll have to convince 6 people to side with you to garner support. Steph, Ryan, Ducky, Eleanor, Charlotte, and Pike. Steph is thankfully very easy to convince, as she will always side with Alex no matter what choices you make in the game. That's another reason why she's the superior romance option. Shut up. No, shut up. That's just Steph's personality. That doesn't make her a better romance option. The other 5 won't be so simple. You need to make certain decisions throughout the game to secure their trust. Securing Ducky support. To secure Ducky support, you'll need to interact with them twice. Once in Chapter 1 and once in Chapter 4. Both instances aren't mandatory. You'll have to seek out Ducky and talk to him when you're allowed to walk around Haven and complete optional content. Okay. Side A, which was Chapter 1, and notice this was Side B. Like a record. Get it? That's when you get his whiskey. Chapter 4, dancing with him. Okay, Eleanor support. Securing Eleanor support is actually quite simple, as you can easily miss the opportunities to betray her trust to make her think Alex isn't a trustworthy person. But, like, this is so dumb to me. Like, her trust, when she never expressly says, please don't tell Riley. Like, she never says that out loud to Alex. Like, You need to look out for choices you make in 2, 3, and 4. You'll be confronted with the truth between telling her the truth about Gabe or letting her live in ignorance. As much as it hurts to tell her the truth, it's established that she can trust Alex. That's what you also need to do with people who are getting Alzheimer's or dementia. You need to gently remind them of the world around them. Chapter 3, if you choose to stop into the flower shop during the LARP, to check on Riley. Do not tell Riley about Eleanor's condition. Doing so will betray Eleanor's trust in Alex. I hate that. In Chapter 4, if you tell her. Securing Charlotte's support. Chapter 1, you should reveal Ethan's plans to go to the abandoned mine. Okay. Chapter 2, stop by the dispensary. She'll ask you if it's right to take Typhon's sketchy settlement, which offers enough money to secure Ethan's future. Tell Charlotte to take the settlement. Really? Showing that Alex cares about Ethan just like Gabe did. Well, we fucked that, but whatever. Chapter 2 again, if you choose to keep Ethan's secret to maintain his trust, make sure to do this step in Chapter 2 as well. If you decide to rat Ethan out, you can skip this step, but it's also quite wholesome, so regardless of what you did, we recommend doing this. Go to Ethan in the park, read his emotions to find out why he's so sad. Oh, yeah, and then you tell her that, you know, she can be a human around him. Chapter 3, do not take Charlotte's anger from her. Do not do it. Not only does taking away her anger remove the possibility of securing Charlotte's support later in the game, doing so will destroy your chances of getting Ryan's support too. Really? Securing Pike's support. Pike is rather easy to get on your side. The only thing stopping him from doing what's right is his fear of Typhon. Take that away, and he'll back you. Securing Ryan's support. Without a doubt, Ryan is the most difficult person for Alex to sway to her side. Really? Yeah, I was afraid of that. I was voicing that to my mod. I mean, I get it. It makes sense. It's his own dad that you're condemning. You have to do a lot in order for him to side with Alex against True Color's secondary antagonist. You'll have to he's sort of the main antagonist instead of Diane. She ends up being more secondary. You'll have to interact with him and make very specific choices in pretty much every single chapter, really. When looking for Ethan, Ryan will try to restore power. If he should ask with the red or black wire, this is an optional conversation that pops up. You want to tell him red wire. Well, I didn't do that. I told him no. I'm not going to answer that. At Gabe's wake, support Ryan's claim that you heard Gabe make the call to stop the detonation. No. I chose to tell the truth. They even say, yes, it's a lie. After telling Ryan about your powers, hug him. It will imply you appreciate him, which will help him appreciate you. Nope, gave him a handshake. Monster or mortal. Do not have an angry outburst in front of Ryan and Steph, causing both to leave Alex. The only way to avoid this is for Alex not to be angry, which means you cannot take Charlotte's anger away from her. Chapter 5. After revealing the truth about Typhon and Jed to the folks on Haven's Council, you'll be able to talk to Ryan, provided you've secured everyone else's trust. Ryan should have heard all the ways that Alex is worth trusting over his own father. Pick the dialogue option you believe me, right? So that you're not forcing his trust onto you, but asking it instead. So I did none of those except for the last one. So, but yeah, so it is possible for Ryan not to believe you, as I was afraid of. Okay, if Alex stays in Haven and didn't romance anybody, she takes over the record store following Steph's decision to leave. If she seeks adventure alone. If Eleanor, Charlotte, and Pike supported Alex during the vote, they'll see her off. If they didn't support her, Alex will just leave. Oh. Ryan takes over the Black Lantern while Alex takes over the record store after Steph leaves. If you stay in Haven with Ryan. I'm guessing Ryan takes over the Black Lantern anyway. So yeah, I did literally none of those things for Ryan except for the last one. Okay, but I somehow managed to bungle my way into the best ending. Alright. This is Until Dawn all over again. Let me put up the BRB really quick so y'all can't see my personal info when that shit pops up. Let's see what everybody else chose. Okay. Worldwide, Alex... Oh, it's pretty much 50-50 split. Alex stayed in Haven, Alex hit the road. Wow, most people forgave Jed. I think because they realized he was a foil. Alex claimed she learned the meaning of home. Alex claimed she learned not to fear her emotions. Alex claimed she didn't learn anything in Haven. Okay. I'm in the majority on that. Everyone on the council supported Alex. Wow. Only 13%. None of the council members backed Alex. God damn. Alex wanted to play music in her future. 12%. Alex wanted to belong somewhere. 43%. Alex wanted to help more people. 45%. Okay, I'm in the vast minority on that. Alex took a moment to reflect in the apartment. I'm the minority on that. Alex forgave Ryan for not believing her. 16%. Alex wasn't ready to forgive Ryan, 4%. Wow. Alex didn't see Ryan after the vote, 48%. Ryan stood by Alex during the vote, 32%. What the fuck? So it seems like, it doesn't seem like what you can do for Ryan is like, what I read is like set in stone. I don't think people have actually figured out the flags. That's what it seems like. I don't think people have actually figured out the flags. Because I was just nice to Ryan because he was a sweet guy and he was a bro. Like, Charlotte sided with Alex, 41%. Charlotte believed Alex but couldn't help, 2%. Yeah, if you sign the affidavit, she can't help. So you don't sign the affidavit. That site had no idea what the fuck it was talking about then. Charlotte turned her back on Alex, 57%. Eleanor sided with Alex during the vote, 49%. Eleanor offered to get Alex help, which, again, if you tell Riley. Pike sided with Alex during the vote, 73%. Pike told Alex to give it up, 27%. Ducky sided with Alex during the vote, 54%. Ducky remained loyal to Jed, 46%. Ryan believed Alex during the vote, 32%. Ryan believed Jed during the vote, 68%. Ryan and Alex started dating in Haven Springs, 21%. Ryan leaves Haven to be with Alex, 8%. Ryan and Alex don't get together, 71%. Okay, but they're probably still the fucking best of bros. It is a split on if Steph and Alex stay together in Haven or leave Haven together. Interesting. That's right down the middle. Okay, now what about my friend who played it? Okay, she stayed too. She forgave Jed. She claimed she learned the meaning of home. Some of the council members stood with Alex in her playthrough. She wanted to help more people in the future. Took a moment to reflect. Ryan stood by her. Yeah, if you're locked in a romance with Ryan, I think it's fine. Charlotte sided. She told Riley, I guess. Eleanor offered to get Alex help. Pike sided. Ducky sided. Ryan. And she chose Ryan and Alex started dating in Haven. And Steph left because Steph will leave unless you're with her. Okay. Interesting. So yeah, overall, it's I think it's definitely the best game in the series. Ow, my hair. I definitely think it's the best entry in the Life is Strange series, like by far. I think it knocks the others out of the park. One is still good, but this was great. I was like apprehensively excited, and I think they handled it very, very well. I think it's great. I think it's spectacular. So, yeah, this is. I mean, my favorite entry is still, again, Before the Storm, but this is phenomenal. And I'm excited to play Steph's story next time. Or start Wavelengths next time. I'm gonna Google Foo that really quick. How long is Life is Strange, True Colors, Wavelengths? Main story runs about 3 hours long, but there are some extra side quests to look into. Okay, so take about an hour and a half per thing. Okily dokily, smokily. Okay, so probably about 2 more parts as we do go through Wavelengths. So yeah. Yeah, those are my thoughts. And these are all initial knee-jerk reactions. I mean, this is what happens when I do a blind playthrough. I was able to more coherently talk about the original and Before the Storm because I've played them before. And I had many, many thoughts. So, this is like, you know, just my off-the-cuff reaction. I might start thinking different things throughout. But, I do think, I'm just leaving it on Deck 9. If you've got friends and one of them is a romance option, you still need to include them in the friend group when you're showing like what happens in the future, that's just really crappy. Like, just to pretend that other person doesn't exist and to not show us their resolution, because I'm very concerned with a capital V, capital C about Ryan. And I want to make sure he's okay. And I think his romance is going to be better, to be quite honest with you. Again, I want to reiterate that. As much as I really like Steph, I'm hoping Wavelengths gives us more, because she was not that developed. So I would actually argue the point that one of the websites I was on said, making her the superior romance option. It's like, no, in fact, that makes her almost inferior, because when a character usually like backs you completely, unless you have a huge development with them, like you did with, say, Garrus in Mass Effect, who is always on your side no matter what, and like Tali, look how much like we went through with them. Versus this, it's like, it means they're kind of a weakly written character if you don't see them going through like a bunch of stuff together. And again, we really didn't see the time between. So, and I think the I don't know what else they could have added, but I feel like there could have been more. But anyway, I've voiced all this before. Those are my thoughts. I will see you guys when I play Wavelengths. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did, and I hope you agree with me that this is the best entry in the series. Because I definitely think it is. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. So have a good one and take it easy.